Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm here to give you guys a philosophy how to expand a bit upon your creativity, imagination, and innovation. Everything is created twice. First in the mind, then it becomes reality. Whatever the mind and man can conceive and believe it can achieve. So you go out there day after day, do the work. The confidence, put yourself out there boldly, authentically, even though it's a success. The creation has not arrived, has not manifested just yet, but you know that the richest place on earth, the richest real estate on earth, is the graveyard of our dreams and goals and everything like that. Die along with you because you didn't have the courage, the philosophy, the frameworks. You're going to have all that and the 10x go-getter energy, the courage, the bravery to go out there to make things happen instead of waiting things to happen. This is the method, the philosophy known as create like a God. This is your man's Jaron Mitchell, a.k.a. Jaron Winning Mitchell. Today, the topic I'm talking about today is why you must have a vision. And there's a quote from Thomas Edison, the man that said it took 10,000 ways it did not work for him to perfect the electric light bulb. Basically, it took him that 10,000 ways. So, but we got a vision for Thomas Edison, which is, quote right here, vision without execution is delusion, end quote, Thomas Edison. Okay, that's a quote from Thomas Edison. Okay, a vision without execution, without action, without actually finishing what you have in your vision, it is nothing but a delusion. It does not come into reality. And I also think Benjamin Franklin. I have a little notebook. I do what he says. I haven't been mentioning this in my podcast, recent podcast episodes, but we're gonna have that. Which we're gonna have consistency. Why you should be consistency, which is Benjamin Franklin has persistence. And energy conquers all things. I think he said something along that lines. I can go ahead and well, we can go ahead. But that's the thing with this episode is basically the vision. So in this episode, we're going to dive into vision, critical for creators, entrepreneurs, and leaders. Okay, but without clarity, strategy, and execution, it remains a fantasy. When you don't have a clear clarity, you know, you have to be clear. That's why, like, when you go on, which I'm actually supposed to be planning and making a plan tonight, but I haven't got started on that. But we're going to be making this plan. And with the plan, everything like that, gaining clarity, doing things. The more you do, you get feedback. You start getting clarity. You start able to pivot. You start able to move because things start to become sound. Things don't only change. So you may have a plan that you have right now, and you may get punched in the mouth because life is going to happen. Everyone has a plan until somebody get punched in the mouth. That's a quote from I think from Mike Tyson right there. Yeah, everyone has a plan. You're going to get punched in the mouth. You're going to get tested. Something's going to happen. You're going to get tested. You're going to get your resistance is going to happen. Every single day, something going to challenge you. Okay. So you got to have clarity, a strategy. Okay. A strategy to go out there and make it happen. Okay. And adjust a strategy like an animation. I think an animation industry and also in the illustrator industry. I just saw a video on one of the illustrators. Guys, I've subscribed to his YouTube channel. I haven't watched a lot of his videos though, but he talked about it's a lot of people in the illustration industry is going to have to pivot and adjust just because a lot of things is happening. Same thing happens in the animation industry. Okay, you got to pivot and adjust. Same with the gaming industry. There's a lot of things with entertainment. A lot of things is shifting and changing within these industries. So that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to go ahead and say, okay, what can I do to make some shifts and changes? Because I believe we're going to be in the indie creators golden age. That's what I truly believe. We got AI tools that will help us gain things faster. Okay, things that can actually help us as an artist. A lot of artists don't like it. Same thing with back in the day with the digital stuff. Yo, you're not a true artist because you draw from Photoshop or traditional. These studios end up shifting. Same thing would happen when Toy Story happened, right? Toy Story happened. They got rid of a lot of the 2D stuff and ended up going to 3D stuff. Okay. I still think 2D is pretty good, but this is more for future films and everything like that, right? So things are going to be changed. Things are going to be different. You're gonna have the clarity, you're gonna have the strategy. Sometimes you're gonna have to adjust and pivot, and you gotta execute, you gotta finish. Execution, what does it mean? Finish. You're finishing, like Mortal Kombat, finish him, finish her, and all that. You execute, execution style. You know what I'm saying? So you execute, you finish. Okay, it remains. If you don't do all that, it just remains a fantasy. Vision is the blueprint. Execution is the bricks. So you're building the vision, basically the blueprint. And when you execute is the bricks, which you build brick by layer. Like when you actually execute what you have with your vision within that blueprint, the plan that you made. Okay. So you talked about a lot of Napoleon Hill stuff. So that's what we're going to be talking about today is why you must have a vision. Without execution, it's only an illusion. It's only a delusion and it's only a fantasy. Okay, before we go ahead and get to these topics that we're going to be talking about today is make sure you highlight and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way you can get podcast episodes on the YouTube channel from the Create Like a God podcast daily, every single day, and anything else that we're going to be adding on to it as well. And also, make sure you go ahead on, if you're listening to Spotify and Apple Podcasts, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell as well. Whatever it says, follow, subscribe, whatever it says right there. And that way, and leave your man's a 5-star rating and review, so that way it can go up to the rankings. And again, also too, there's going to be some vlogging going on. There's going to be some vlogs, day what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have day one actually taking seriously my animation, my online business, animation and gaming studio. This is just the building blocks. I already took advantage of it. So we got 35 days straight right now, 35 days straight on these building this podcast, creating videos and everything on the podcast and audio and stuff like that as well. So 35 days we already, but I haven't actually built the building blocks with actually going for my business. So I still need to be batching up, still behind a little bit. I got a little bit behind, still behind on building, creating some podcast episodes. So I need at least create 3 today or 5 podcasts per day. So that's probably like 5 hours. So I'm gonna have to set some time aside to do that before I go to work and everything like that, to keep this going as well. So that way I can batch up this content, because it's daily content I'm giving you guys. So I make sure I have a plan, and I won't overdo things myself. So that way I can go record one a day. And if I do go on vacation or whatever, I can at least start recording some more podcast episodes when I go ahead and do stuff like that, when I go on travel. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. We're going to have vlogs. I'm actually going to bring it onto, it's going to be some bonus stuff onto the pod as well, which will Create Like a God podcast. This will be separate this will be on my YouTube channel with the vlogging. So you're going to get that daily, but I'm also going to be putting it onto the podcast of Create Like a God podcast. And I'm going to have an episode, which I already talked about it already, Game Dev Secrets. I'm going to have a whole episode on why I created Game Dev Secrets. I'm going to have that episode. I'm not sure when, but we're going to have that episode, but you'll see it when it get published. Okay, let's go ahead and start these points. And oh, wait, before we start the points, make sure you go to jaronmitchell.com/iconic marketers. So that way you can get the free course to obtain creative freedom, whatever your goal is going to be, get our copy recession proof business model. So that way you guys can go in and learn what we're doing. Okay, get the course. The course is free. Make sure you go through the course, book your call, answer the question, and see if you're a good fit to work with us. Okay, with me and my mentor. Let's go ahead and get to these points. Point number 1, today's topic we're talking about today is why you must have a vision. Okay, why you must have a vision. Point number 1, clarity. Know what you're building. Know what you want. What do you want? You got to have a direction, a definite chief aim. Everything that you do must be a definite chief aim and have a purpose of what you're doing. If you're dating, you must have a purpose of what you're doing. If you're building a business, you might have a purpose of what you're doing. If you don't have a purpose of what you're doing, it's going to basically, you're going to be moving a drifter. You're going to be a drifter. You got to have clarity. I've been through this, man. Oh, I don't have clarity. I don't know. Having this doubt and all. I've been through it, you guys. And look, I probably would have been a lot further in life when going through like 2020, like the 22 and all that stuff like that. Doubts. But I was trying to I was going through figuring out. I should have just took action on it. I should just learn from it and shift from it like that. But I didn't do it. I've gotten paralysis. I've been through it, you guys. So clarity is power. That's a quote from Tony Robbins. When you clear and you know where you're going, you know what you're going to do, you're ready to move. You're ready to actually move and not be in analysis paralysis or be in fear and in doubt. Okay. If your vision is fuzzy, your results will be scattered. Just like me, it will be scattered. You don't know what to do, be scattered. All this other stuff, be paralyzed. Okay. So I've been through this stuff. Great visionaries can see what others cannot see clearly. Ask yourself, can you describe what your life, art, business looks like in 3 to 5 years? 3 to 5 years. And don't even worry about, because with me, I kind of disturbed my vision. I kind of disturbed something because I didn't have results. Oh, how am I able to get the Artistpreneur workshop, which I'm actually changing that, because now I do freelancing and stuff would be cool, but I want to work my own individual products, my individual projects. I want to get into being an indie creator. Okay, like the indie doves, the indie mangas and webinars, webtoons and stuff like that. Being an indie creator, actually creating my own individual IPs. You know, I want to create my own IPs. So that's why I'm going to shifting, and we're going to have that pretty soon. We're going to have the indie creators webinar. I'm going to show you guys how we're going to do this. Okay, because I'm doing it. The animation industry is shifting. Now you're going to have built something that the audience will like. And if you want to pitch it to like a certain studio, they're just focusing on IP. So it's up to you as a creator. It's not going to be different. I've been watching the video, one of these videos with the animators talking about this. Things are going to be different. Things are going to be shifting. You're going to have to learn how to build your own IP. And we're going to be talking about that. We're going to have our own webinar on that. We're going to have a course and everything like that. How are you able to do it? How are you able to structure it? And how are you able to do this? And you must put it out into the world. And we're going to be talking about, it's going to be other stuff too with I'm going to have as well. We're going to be using AI. I'm sorry, some of you artists don't like it, some of you don't want to hear it, but it's going to be the future. Okay, it's going to be the future. You must learn how to use AI as a tool as an artist. Okay, pro tip right here. Write in the present tense. Make it real. When you write in the present tense, your subconscious mind does not know what is true or false. It does not know what is true in reality. Okay, so you're programming it within your subconscious mind. Write in present tense that you already have it. That you already basically you have it. You have it right now at this moment. You make it real. Okay, so that's how you must have a vision. You know, that's part of my contract as I'm a visionary, authentic leader. Okay, have a vision, and I'm looking and I'm building my vision. I understand I'm 32 years old. I may not look like I'm 32, but I've been going through it. I went through a lot of struggle. I went through some heartbreak too, man. I went through some betrayal. I went through it all since it's probably not gonna be the first time, but I must learn how to maneuver and get myself to be back to the right direction. Point number 2. Today's topic we're talking about today is why must you have a vision? Okay, without execution, it is just an illusion, only illusion or a fantasy, whatever you want to call it. Point number 2, certainty. Okay, believe in the vision before it existed. Muhammad Ali said, "I am the greatest," and became the greatest. Okay, quote from Jonathan Swift. Okay, vision, quote right here, quote, "Vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to others," end quote. Some people may not see your vision. Some people may not understand your vision. Some people may not actually see it. My little thing is dying right here, but may not be able to see it. Okay, you can see it through my glasses. That's pretty funny actually, but you may not be able to see it. That's why it's like, don't take it personal when your family don't see it. Don't take it personal when certain people don't actually understand the vision, and they support you. It's okay. Go around and talk to people. Take initiative every single day. Every single day on this podcast, right? I've also been posting and going through my LinkedIn and everything, using certain tools like StreamYard and everything, right? Going on my LinkedIn. I got people that want to invest in my company. No. Got people trying to pitch me their stuff. No, I don't want to pitch their stuff. No. I'm going to do this. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out master YouTube. I'm going to figure this stuff out. We're going to figure this stuff out because I'm looking to build my own IP. I'm looking to build my own business, and I'm looking to not go into investments of capital because I'm looking to own my stuff. Actually, own like family. That's what my vision is family owned. We'll pass it down to generation. If my sons and daughters actually don't be dickheads or be spoiled brats. That's just how I'm looking at it, because I'm the one that earned it, but they must earn it themselves. They might actually earn it and learn if there's something they want to do. If not, it's okay, but it still be under the business. I mean, under the family. That's the vision I want. But it's okay if I have children, they don't want to do it. I accept that because they have their own lives and I got my own life right here. But anyways, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Okay, I've been through it. Been through doubtful. Okay, you need to believe it before anyone else can follow it. Okay, vision isn't about being artistic. It's about being certain. You must be certain. You must know this will work. And look, I've been working on a series for years, and I did some changes, and I got inspired by reading the Quran. I'm learning a lot about what Islamic beliefs is, and I'm actually changing. I did some shifting. I did some changes because of Islam. Okay, and I know many of you may not believe. I've been talking about a little bit. Maybe you might not believe in Islam. Maybe you don't want to believe in it. Maybe you're Christian. It's fine. Okay, we can have disagreements. We're in America. We have the freedom of religion. Okay, and if you want to say Christian is a freedom, is a Christian nation, is actually a secular nation. If you actually do the research, the founding fathers actually Unitarian Christians, and one of them didn't like Christianity, or I think they really like it, but they got together and formed because of the values. These are American values. These are American culture. American culture I look at is through the amendments. That's just me personally. Even with that, okay, even with the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, the founding fathers had a vision. They came together and had a vision, and they made something happen. And look, the vision, I believe, is not quite there yet. Over the times, it's getting there, but it needs a little bit more push. Okay, a little bit more push. It's not quietly there just yet. A lot of people forget. We do have religion of speech, religion of the First Amendment, freedom of religion, freedom of assemble, and all that other stuff. I know I'm getting a little politics, but I'm talking about this because all that stuff was created. The Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of America was created. It was founded by these founders. Okay, the first, I guess, the 12 founders and everything like that. It was founded, and all the people that signed it, all that, it was founded. Okay, so it was created. And they thought about it, talked about it, discussed little things, and they formed this document to make sure that America could be fit with their vision that they have, even though they passed away. The vision can keep it there. We're not just quite there yet. We're still working on it, but I think if we still work on it, still proceed, the vision will end up getting there where we truly actually have represent the amendments. Okay. So bonus, I think I already said this right here. Well, bonus, let me see. Yeah, vision isn't about being realistic, it's about being certain. It's going to work. Okay, bonus, certainty creates leadership. People follow clarity. So you must be clear. You must be certain. Okay, you must be clear on your vision. When they clear on your vision, you remove relentless, you move an obsession that this is going to become reality. Have that 10x mindset and just move, and people will follow you. We're gonna be talking about leadership on here in this podcast too. There's a lot of stuff we can create like a guy is like, it's broad. It's not like super like niche down. That's why I'm creating another podcast more niche down too. What is something I want to talk about. So which is the Game Dev Secrets. I actually want to write a book on some game development as well. But yeah, so along with that, you guys, vision is you got to have certain, you got to believe in you got to believe it before it becomes reality. Just like Muhammad Ali said to himself he was the greatest, became the greatest. Andrew Tate believed he'll be a champion in kickboxing, became a champion in kickboxing. And the same thing with everything is created twice, first in the mind, then it becomes reality. You have to believe it with the mind first. You have to have certain, you have to have belief. You're going to have clarity in your vision. So you're able to pitch your vision, sell your vision to others so people can see your vision and they can understand your vision. And it's up to them that they want to follow. If they believe in it, if you put the belief and the confidence and everything behind it, they will end up following you when you apply all those things. Point number 3, today's topic we're talking about today is why you must have a vision. Point number 3, direction. Okay. Vision is a compass, not a wish. Okay. And Napoleon Hill actually has a go without a deadline is just a wish. Okay. And this is basically you being not being a drifter. Okay. So a vision statement is your internal GPS basically, right? So this is your vision, your definite chief aim. You have this vision, you see it in your mind, you see it, but no one else can see it. But you paint the picture with words and make people understand your vision, and they want to follow you. They want to help you. They want to help your vision. Okay. They want to help you, and you can actually help other people, win-win mentality. All right. That's one of the 7 highly effective people is win-win. And also too, Zig Ziglar, I believe he said, when you help people get what they want, you get what you want. Okay. So vision gives you direction when things get messy. Okay. It's like, okay, when things get messy, you now understand what is my vision. Go back to your vision, examine it every single day, write your goals down every single day, get to it, embody it into your mind. Okay. So I got a quote on us. No, that's point 4 right there. Okay. So I have an answer here. It answers, let me see. Vision gives you the direction when things get messy. It answers, where are you going? Not how we get there. Where? Success is a progression realization of a worthy ideal. Okay, there's no such thing as too much success. Everybody want to be successful, but what is your definition of success? But that's having the vision. Okay, where am I going? It's like your North Star, your GPS. Where am I going? Okay, your vision gets filtered. Your vision should filter decisions. Okay, what decisions? You have a vision. Is this represent my vision? Is this aligned with my vision? Is this aligned with my mission and my purpose? Okay, I need to filter that out. I need to do something else. Okay, so your vision should filter decision. If it's not aligned, it's a distraction. Okay, if it's not aligned, it's a distraction. Okay, vision statement equals the North Star. I mentioned this on a couple podcasts. Okay, I mentioned this multiple times. It is your North Star. Okay, you guys. So make sure you go ahead and have a vision. You go through your vision. I think Disney's business vision is an happy place on earth, the happiest place on earth. Am I correct on that? So it's a little bit different. This is kind of like the marketing stuff. I went through it's not down right here, but it's down there. Yeah, the vision statement and a mission statement. Okay, it's 2 separate different things within marketing. I will argue Disney, I don't think they're actually representing what they're doing. That's just my argument. No shade on Disney. I love Disney. I wish they would go back to their roots and actually do, and not even with every company, do not throw the middle finger. I'm gonna have an episode on it actually. Do not throw the middle finger to your original audience. Don't do it. You might want to do customers, but do not throw, unless you don't like your customers, like your dream client. You can always make the changes. But if they got you there, then I think it's a little bit different. I don't understand a little bit differently, but I should just say, don't throw the middle fingers to your original artists, that people that got you there, and still have different brands, build different brands, That's just my opinion on that. But let's go back to this right here. Okay. So your vision should filter out the decision. If it's not aligned, it is a distraction. Okay. Vision statement equals the North Star. Excuse me. Okay. So that's what the vision statement is. Also part of the mission statement, but this is the vision. You being a visionary, okay? This is part of the create like a God philosophy. You having a vision. You're a visionary. Everything is created twice. First in the mind, then becomes reality. Point number 4. Today's topic we're talking about today is why you must have a vision. Okay, point number 4, execution. Vision without execution is delusion. Let's go back to Thomas Edison quote, okay? Quote right here. Vision without Vision without execution is an hallucination. Oh, that's a new quote actually. Okay, end quote. Okay. So ideas are cheap. Execution is everything. Ideas can be cheap. Everybody has good ideas. Everybody has good ideas. You got to filter through there's bad ideas too. Okay. Sometimes you got to have that one person. This was the whole person when people said they need what they say, they had this positivity culture, right? No, I'm going to need that one person that says, hey man, I don't think that's a good idea. I need one of those people, at least in my company or at least in my circle. Okay. And I at least need one, okay? And you want to actually think, I don't think that's a good idea. Okay, why is it not a good idea? Let's discuss it. Why is it not a good idea? Give it a point, get the pros and cons, and it's up to me, the person, to make those decisions. We're going to need at least one of those people. I'm telling you, I don't want it less, man. I don't want everybody saying, yeah, now they had everything they do or everything to do. That's the problem with some of these. That's why I don't think it's called. I want to think I have to think of another term for it, but some people call it positivity culture, negative positivity. That's what it is. Negative positivity. This ain't no negative positivity. At least one person that says, hey man, I don't think that's okay. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know about that idea. We discussed it. We talk about it. We come to, this is the whole point of having a mastermind group. When you a studio and everything like that, a company, a mastermind group. That's basically what we are as a mastermind group, okay? We're going to lease one of those person. If I have a studio, I need one of them person that says, hey, man, I don't think this is a good idea. Maybe they say, oh, yeah, this is a good idea. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know about that. Test it out. Let's have some fun with it. Let's test and see what works. Okay, test it out. Get some feedback from it. Pretty simple, right? Maybe. But, hey, ideas are cheap. Execution is everything. You must execute. Ideas are good. Some good. You can have a good idea, a great idea, but if you don't execute, it does not mean nothing. It doesn't mean shit. Execution is everything. Okay. You need discipline, systems, habits, and time blocking. Okay. Break the vision into actionable steps, which, if you haven't, you must go to Think and Go Rich. Read those books, Think and Go Rich. Okay. It will help you on your vision and just with your goals and stuff like that. But break into actionable steps. Then take one every single day. Then take action, basically. Take every single day, take a vision, actionable steps, not accountable step, but actionable steps. It's building a discipline, which is going to be over time because you have to build the habit to build the discipline. And sometimes you don't feel like doing it. I believe we had an episode on that. Building a system that actually workflows and everything that's like that. And time blocking. What is the one thing I can do? Everything will be easier and unnecessary. Okay. Building it brick by brick, not at all at once. Okay, this is a little thing from I think with Will Smith, brick by brick. Building it brick by brick, or a scene from a movie or TV show. I don't know. He said building it brick by brick. I would be, I don't know the whole scene. I don't remember, but I remember seeing it on like TikTok or something like that, or not even like Instagram, and there's the whole sound on it. Okay, so yeah, so building it brick by brick. Okay, taking actionable steps each and every day, working towards your vision and believing it, getting your mind, because it's going to happen. You're going to feel doubt sometimes. Fear is going to creep up. Analysis of paralysis. And you just go back, okay, write my goals down, feel disappointed right in the early morning. I have disappointing before I go to sleep. Visualize myself, go visualizing and getting instructed, inspired, listen to this podcast, listening to books or reading books like Think and Grow Rich, The Magic of Thinking Big, Grant Cardone's book, The 10X Rule, or other books as well. Many other books. Okay, whatever that you're going, you got to build the foundation, which is the mindset. Okay, which is the mind. Here's some bonus quotes I got for you as well. Okay, this is from Travis Scott. I got some quotes. You can't buy a vision. You can't buy a vision, and you can't buy authenticity. I can't even say that word correctly. Being authentic. Okay. Basically, that's what we're going to need actually a lot. That's why that's why my whole thing is I'm being a confident, visionary, authentic leader, because we're going to be authentic, man. Like, I want to be authentic to myself. I want y'all to know, like, when y'all meet, when I'm on camera and off camera, I'm the same individual person. I don't want to act like a character. I want to be like those streamer acting as a character. I want to be me. I want to be Jaron Mitchell. I don't want to act by no other person. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I want to be me. Okay. I don't want to be somebody else. I want to act as another person. I want to be me when somebody see me on camera and when they see me off camera. I'm the same individual. Okay. The only things, here's another quote right here. Helen Keller. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Okay. Here's another quote right here by Melanie Betty. Okay. Gratitude creates a vision for tomorrow. Okay. End quote. We got a Dalai Lama. A positive vision, quote, a positive vision leads to positive action, end quote. Okay. So here's our actionable steps you guys can go ahead and do. This is what I'm going to ask you guys. Okay. What is your vision? Can you write it down in three clear sentences? Okay. Just clear. It's like a definite chief aim, but this, I think, is a little bit different actually. Maybe I should get a bit and learn a little bit about that myself. What's the difference between having? Well, I think a vision is a little bit different than a depending if you have something you see in your mind, your vision, you try to see it just like an art or like a drawing. You have a vision, but you direct the artist to do it, and they end up moving your vision. And you like the vision that they made, or a logo or something like that, because you didn't have the skills to do it. That's why you get somebody else to do it. So that's a little bit different. But definite chief aim is something you should also write down as well. Okay, and also challenge them. So I want y'all to, let me see, challenge them to execute one small, basically I'll challenge you to one small piece a day, no matter how small it is. Okay. So work on your vision. Let's go ahead and recap today's topic that we're talking about today is why you must have a vision. Okay. Why you must have a vision. Execution without a vision is only illusion. Here's a quote by Thomas Edison. Vision without execution is delusion. Okay. And we have the theme for this episode. Don't need to get into that. But the blueprint, vision is the blueprint. Execution is the brick, building it brick by brick. Okay. Point number one, clarity. Clarity. Know what you're building. Okay. You got to know what you're building. Clarity is power. Tony Robbins says, okay, if your vision is fuzzy, your results will be scattered, basically. Right. You need to have a vision. You must be clear. You can start working on it. That's why you have the science of getting rich. You come every single day, you work on it, you write it down, you work on your vision and plant your vision within your mind. And the more you work on it, the more you start building, the more ideas you get into it, it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. And you keep on working on it. Okay. So great visionaries can see what others cannot see. Ask yourself this. Can you describe what your life, art, business looks like in 3 to 5 years? Okay. Pro tip again, write in present tense and make it real. You're writing in present tense. You're writing it as it are. You have it. Okay. In the present moment, because we got the future we're thinking of. We got the past. That's in the past. We're thinking in the present moment. Every single day, we're in the present moment. We're in the present moment as always. Point number 2, certainty. Believe in the vision before it existed. Okay. So Muhammad Ali, he believed he was the greatest. He became the greatest. Andrew Tate, he believed he'd be a kickboxing champion. Became a kickboxing champion. Okay. So same thing with the vision we talk about with the American Constitution. Okay. There's a vision. They had everything planned. They have everything. They came together and had a vision, had the Constitution to form a country. Okay. The Bill of Rights and all that. Okay. And vision is an art of seeing without what is invisible to others. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Okay. You need to believe before anyone else can believe it. You must believe in yourself. Grant Cardone said, do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in your business? Do you believe in your product? Okay. Those are things you need to believe in those in yourself. Okay. You need to believe it. If you believe it, and people will believe it too. Even the customers and all of them will believe it because they want to support. They want to help your vision. Okay. They want to help your mission. You need to believe it before anyone else can follow it. Vision isn't about being realistic. It's about being certain. Okay. Be certain in your vision. Certainty creates leaders. People follow clarity. Must be clear. You must be certain. Okay. And you must execute. You must take action. Okay. And you must have direction. Another thing too, have direction. A vision is a compass. That's point number 3. Vision is a compass, is not a wish. A vision statement is your internal GPS. Vision gives you direction and things gets messy. It answers where am I going, not how will I get there. Okay, don't worry about the how. Just know where are you going. That's what Ern Nightingale says. You just know where you're going. Basically, it's a part of you being successful. This is your being your goals and everything like that, part of your vision that you got on. Okay. Vision equals a North Star. Point number 4, execution. Without action, vision without action is a delusion. Tom quote from Thomas Edison: vision without execution is a hallucination. Okay, or delusion. Same quote, right? Basically the same but different word. Ideas are cheap. Execution is everything. You need to be disciplined. System, habits, and time blocking. Break the vision down into actionable steps. Then take one every day. Take action every day and build brick by brick, not all at once. And here in that's pretty much it. Okay, so make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, so that way you can go ahead and get content like this on the Create Like a God podcast every single day. And also, as well as, make sure if you listen on iTunes and Apple Podcasts and Spotify, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There may be, if you're on Spotify, there may be a poll that you'll be able to have on this episode, or be able to have in this episode. There might be a poll, so make sure you go through the poll, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And that way you can get episodes every single day, and leave your man's a 5-star rating and review. And before we go ahead and end the show, go ahead and go to your free course to obtain a way to obtain creative freedom, getting our copy recession proof business model. Okay. You can go to jaronmitchell.com/iconic marketer. That's with a K. Okay. So that way you can go through the course, get your free course, book go ahead and go answer the questions, to book the call, go through the free course and answer the questions, see if you'll be a great fit to work with us. And you can also scan right here if you're watching it on video. All right. Folks, it's not where we at, it's where we come from. Always create like a God. You're the master of your fate. You're the captain of your soul. You're made in the image of God. God gave you a brain to think for yourself. So worship the one true creator, which as I believe is Allah, the only God, the only deity is worthy of worship, which is Allah. And Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and all the other prophets such as Moses and Isa, which is Jesus, is the messengers and a prophet of God. And always create like a God.